I mean, what a crazy game. We are through to the next round, to the semi-final, to face Brighton at Wembley. You predicted a 4-1, and really it was 3-1. You actually wasn't far off. However, you saw what a game that was. How do you even begin to sum up what you saw in there? Because that was elation, it was frustration, it was carnage, it was chaos. That game had everything.
Yeah, you were saying a 2-1. You predicted a 2-1 and a tight fixture, and that's what we were looking at there. I mean, that first half, it's a game of two halves, firstly, Flex. That first half, we were nowhere near the level required to win that game. I think Fulham had the first 20 minutes spell was Fulham. And then
the whole half.
Yeah, the whole half.
Wait, more than that. Up until they scored. It's like the whole thing, bro.
We started, the second half, we started poorly. Awful. And just shocking. And I don't know. It's definitely accumulation of games. I'm going to put it down to accumulation of games. The reason why we don't, have any impetus in our play. Rashford looking leggy. The whole midfield. We were talking about a midfield battle today. They were non-existent. Players hiding from the ball. Bruno, fantastic player in the team. Poor today, but then somehow still manages to score 2 goals.
Randy said earlier it was like a typical Bruno performance where, he might play poorly, give away the ball, he's not having his best game, but you want him to come through clutch, keep calm and dispatch of a penalty, then obviously he's not going to miss that third one. And he gets it done. But you're right, he had a bad. Scott McTominay, people were saying, didn't have a good game today as well. Just midfield, like you said.
Yeah, but this is kind of, for me, in a cup game, it's about winning. It's just about getting through and winning. And I'm still happy that, the second half turns around the way it does. But we were very lucky. I think Ten Hag makes the positive sub, getting Scott out. He needed to get Scott out immediately. He just looked so below par today. And then once you get Anthony in the side, it adds the structure to the team. And I think he's the one that creates the goal, the opportunity.
Do you think he changed the game, Anthony?
A little bit, yeah. A lot of dynamic dribbling. And then once you're 9 against 11, you can start showing the skills. I thought he was going to start adding a few of those little spins in and stuff like that. But, great little link-up stuff towards the end. Then he gets a goal with himself as well. But definitely was part of the change of attacking strength in the team. But Sancho had a good action. Anthony had a good action as well. And Bruno, of course, as well.
What did you make of the carnage and the chaos, though? We can't not talk about it because it's a definite handball. Yeah. It's a definite penalty. Yeah. Marco Silva just goes absolutely crazy for no reason. And then Mitrovic, I don't know what he was thinking as well. Crazy capitulation.
Yeah, you can't do that. I'm happy. They threw away the game.
Hold that.
Hold that.
Fulham threw it away,
Yeah, they threw it away themselves, and that's up to them. But I'm happy that it transpired the way it did. They didn't conduct it. You can't push a ref, Flex. You can't do that, So it's got to be a clear as day red card. But it was crazy. I was surprised. As all of a sudden I'm seeing the manager go down the tunnel, Mitrovic go down the tunnel,
Willian.
What's going on? But I don't know what happened there. We were lucky. They gave us a break. They really did. But good teams can't come through these moments. We still have to dispatch of them. Bruno still has to deal with the pressure moment. Yeah. And we handled.
And on that, I think, because you're right, because obviously the main story about this, and you can't shy away from it, is the fact that they went down to 9 men, and it was 5 minutes of red mist, and it changed the game. But actually, if you just rewind a bit before that, we created the moment that put them into a situation where they got the red card because we were good on the break. Anthony travels with the ball, gives it to Sancho. He sits down Harrison Reed. He could have just thrashed it with his left foot. Yeah. Goes around the keeper, sits Harrison Reed down, got a clear shot at the goal. He forces Willian to have to handball it because it's going to be a goal. So actually, I agree that the red mist was what changed the whole game, but you have to give us credit in that because at 1-0 down, the old Man United, done. You could capitulate. Yeah. But Anthony comes on and we create that moment from just being a bit more positive.
Yeah. And there's a few good key saves from De Gea in the first half. There's a counter-attack from the team. Weghorst has an opportunity. So we do offer things in the game, but
it just was way below us. How much did we miss Casemiro?
Bro.
The midfield nothing without him. Like
the astronomical drop. You've been saying it all season. Eriksen's so key and he goes unnoticed. So I'll add him into that list. Yeah. But the astronomical drop from a Casemiro and Eriksen to a McFred, even as a bit, so that's not gelled into the team properly.
And that's not his fault.
It's not his fault. Yeah. You can see Casemiro's clear key.
Little man's just keeping himself warm. They can't hear it from there.
But yeah, no, he's just key to and he can do the line breaking passes. That, by the way, Martinez was doing. Martinez looks like a midfielder in defence. You know, the way he breaks the line and he allows us to access the midfield areas when the midfielders don't want to look for the ball. You know, he allows us to get through into the final third when midfielders don't want to show and press or get the ball or retain the possession. Bruno was throwing it away. You know, there are plenty of times the counter-attack comes back. Martinez is there making big tackles. You know, shepherding Mitrovic, which was a difficult job.
Yeah.
You know,
he was causing problems all night.
Yep.
Which is why it's even more crazy that he did what he did, because he had a number. He had Maguire's number 100%. Got him booked. He had whoever it was in the air. The ball was like a magnet to his head. He just kept getting on the end of everything. Brilliant people. So to see him do that was brilliant to see, actually, because we needed him out of there, and he did it to himself. Brighton next round. You know, Wembley. De Zerbi's doing great things there. They're tactically brilliant.
Yeah, they're good.
How are you feeling about that?
Wan-Bissaka needs to have another good performance. I enjoyed his game today. Him and Martinez were spectacular. But Brighton at Wembley again, back at Wembley, Flex. I could win. We can win. It's winnable. It's definitely winnable. But I want to see. Yeah, exactly. Way better. The level has to be better. The wingers, the fullbacks and the wingers are important in that game, because I don't know what kind of midfield we'll have. I don't know if Casemiro back for that game.
Yeah, he should be. As long as you don't come back and get some mad red card again. Everyone say, yeah, don't touch him. Like, I'll leave him alone. I won't. I promise. I don't think I'll see him before that game. But yeah, he should be back.
Yeah, the judge is fake, man. That's not real, man. That's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah,
Because if it was, bro, I just made 3 red cards for the other team.
Exactly.
But no one's gonna say it. No one's gonna say it.
It's no such thing, bro. This is just all nonsense. But we need him back. We need him back. He's important. We need Eriksen back. I think he's on his way back as well.
Yeah. Hopefully by then he could be, doing. I think end of April he'll start being back in and around the team. But that might be hopefully be on the bench for that game. But it's a long way away. But yeah, we need players back.
Business end of the season, bro.
Exactly.
Business end of the season now, and points are pivotal to our game and to how we want to play. Brighton, we must win it.
And who's your man of the match today?
It's between Martinez and Wan-Bissaka. Really liked Wan-Bissaka's game and his link up. I'm going to give it to Wan-Bissaka.
There you go. Love, man. Love.